The College of Cardinals has officially begun the sacred process of selecting the next pope. As the doors of the Sistine Chapel close and the world waits in anticipation, a crucial decision is being made that will shape the future of the Catholic Church. The eyes of 1.3 billion Catholics are now on the Vatican, where whispers and prayers will guide history. The process of electing a new pope is not just about tradition, it is about choosing a leader who will guide the faith in an ever-changing world. As the conclave begins, there is widespread speculation about who will be chosen. Among the cardinals, several names stand out as strong contenders for the papacy. Each has a unique vision for the future of the Church, and each carries qualities that could make him the next Holy Father. This election is not only about leadership, but also about the direction in which the Catholic Church will move in the coming years. One of the most talked about candidates is Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle from the Philippines. He has been a close ally of Pope Francis and shares many of his views on church reform, social justice, and serving the poor. His appointment as the prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples in 2019 placed him in a crucial position for spreading the gospel worldwide. His humble nature, ability to connect with people, and commitment to inclusivity have made him a favorite among those who seek continuity with Pope Francis's mission. His election would also symbolize a shift toward the global South, acknowledging the growing Catholic population in Asia and Africa. Another leading contender is Cardinal Pietro Parolin from Italy, the Vatican's Secretary of State. He has been a key figure in Vatican diplomacy, handling negotiations with world leaders and addressing sensitive church matters. His experience makes him a strong candidate for maintaining stability within the Church. However, some believe that his deep ties to the Vatican bureaucracy may be a disadvantage, as many cardinals seek reform and decentralization of power. Cardinal Robert Sarah from Guinea is another name that has gained attention. He is known for his conservative stance on liturgy and social issues. His emphasis on traditional values and the spiritual foundations of the Church has resonated with many Catholics, who feel that recent reforms have gone too far. His election would represent a shift toward a more traditional approach to church leadership. However, his views may also be seen as too rigid for those who support the progressive changes initiated by Pope Francis. Cardinal Christoph Schönborn from Austria, a Dominican theologian, is respected for his intellectual depth and ability to address modern church challenges. He played a key role in editing the Catechism of the Catholic Church and has supported discussions on reform, including the role of women in the Church and addressing the clergy abuse crisis. However, his age, 80 years old in 2025, may be a factor in his candidacy, as the Church often looks for younger leaders who can serve for a longer period. Cardinal Matteo Zuppi from Italy, the Archbishop of Bologna, is also a strong contender. He has been deeply involved in pastoral ministry, interfaith dialogue, and social justice initiatives. His close connection with the people and alignment with Pope Francis's vision of an inclusive church make him a popular choice among those who want to continue the current path of reform. However, his international influence is not as strong as that of some other candidates. Cardinal Marc Ouellet from Canada has also been mentioned as a potential successor. As the former head of the Congregation for Bishops, he played a crucial role in selecting church leaders worldwide. His theological knowledge and balanced approach to church matters make him a strong candidate. However, past allegations, though dismissed, may affect his chances. The process of electing the new pope is complex and deeply spiritual. The cardinals participating in the conclave will engage in prayer, reflection, and discussion before casting their votes. Traditionally, a two-thirds majority is required to elect a new pope. As the ballots are counted, the world will watch for the famous white smoke rising from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel, signaling that a decision has been made. While speculation is natural, history has shown that papal elections can be unpredictable. Some of the most influential popes were unexpected choices, emerging as compromises among the cardinals. The next pope will need to navigate the challenges facing the Church today, including declining church attendance in some regions, the need for stronger evangelization efforts, and addressing internal divisions between progressive and conservative factions. The Catholic Church is at a crossroads, and the decision made in this conclave will determine its direction for years to come. Whether the next pope is a reformer, a traditionalist, or a diplomatic leader, he will inherit a church that is diverse, complex, and deeply rooted in faith. The coming days will be filled with anticipation, prayer, and hope as the world waits to meet the new leader of the Catholic Church. As the conclave progresses, discussions will center around the qualities needed in the next pope. Some cardinals will argue for continuity with Pope Francis's vision, focusing on social justice, inclusion, and dialogue. Others will advocate for a return to traditional values, emphasizing the spiritual and moral teachings of the Church. This balance between progress and tradition will be a key factor in determining the outcome of the election. One of the major issues facing the new pope will be the role of the Church in a rapidly changing world. The Catholic Church must find ways to remain relevant to younger generations while maintaining its core teachings. This challenge requires a leader who can engage with modern society, communicate effectively, and inspire faith among people of all backgrounds. The question of decentralization will also play a role in the election. Pope Francis has emphasized giving more authority to local churches rather than concentrating power in the Vatican. Some cardinals will support this approach, believing it allows for greater flexibility in addressing regional issues. Others may prefer a more centralized leadership style to ensure consistency in church teachings and governance. Another factor influencing the election is the need for interfaith dialogue. In a world where religious tensions often lead to conflict, the next pope will need to build bridges between different faiths and promote peace. Candidates like Cardinal Tagle, who have experience in interfaith relations, may have an advantage in this regard. The conclave is a deeply spiritual event, and the cardinals believe that the Holy Spirit guides their decision. While political and strategic considerations play a role, the ultimate choice is seen as a divine calling. The elected pope will be entrusted with the responsibility of leading the Church with wisdom, compassion, and faith. As the world waits for the announcement, Catholics everywhere are praying for guidance. The next pope will not only be the leader of the Church but also a symbol of hope and unity. His actions and decisions will shape the future of Catholicism, influencing millions of lives across the globe. When the white smoke finally rises and the new pope steps onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, the world will witness a historic moment. The new leader of the Catholic Church will be introduced with the words, "Habemus Papam," "We have a pope." In that moment, a new chapter in the Church's history will begin, and the faithful will look to him for inspiration, guidance, and leadership.